Hey everyone, it's Don with Don's Field of Dreams Cards. Wanted to make a video because I had a pretty fun YouTube week this week. And what I mean by that is I got to get together with two YouTubers. Both I've met numerous times, but I forget the exact day, Wednesday, Thursday maybe. I get a text from Eric Fourleaf. Hey, I'm in Youngstown, Ohio, which is it's about an hour like northwest of Pittsburgh. Can you meet for dinner? And I was like, sure. And he's like, what do you want to meet? Or something like that. And it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, but I still got to work till 5. And he said, all right, shoot me or text me an address of a card shop. And if you've seen his video, he shows that card shop, and he just showed a little clip of it. There's another back room, a lot of cool stuff in that place. A little bit of vintage, but more autographs, memorabilia, packs, supplies, things of that nature. And so, of course, I picked or let me go back. That card shop is literally 5 minutes up the road. And so I picked a restaurant in between there and home. And I don't know how Eric does it. He had a 5-hour drive to his next stop after we were done. It was like 7 o'clock at night when we were done. And I don't know, maybe I'm just so much older than him, I can't do those drives anymore. But it was funny when he texted me, you want to get together? And I texted my wife, hey, I'm going to meet a YouTuber for dinner. You cool with that? Do we have other plans? And my wife texts me back and says, well, it depends. How hot is she? So I sent a photo from the Hall of Fame, not the initiation, when we did our speeches, and he had that big green beard, the green goggles. And so I sent her a photo of that. And my wife was like, is that for real? Is that a real person? And I said, well, we've been asking ourselves that for years. So I had a great dinner with my boy Eric. And then on Saturday, I met Mr. and Mrs. Reindeer for lunch and their son. Went to a pretzel shop and ate there. And then we went to the Clementi Museum. So Scott and his wife and son came down on Saturday and got blown off by quite a few Pittsburghers. Not going to mention any names like Theo, the Clementi collector, or anything like that. I'm not going to mention any names like that blew us off. But so we had lunch, and then Scott dropped his wife and son off at the Carnegie, not the Carnegie, you guys wouldn't know unless you're from Pittsburgh, but it's another museum. And then we went over to the Clementi Museum. It's my third time now. I've gone on my own. I've gone with Bob Lewis, and now with Scott. And I feel like I could almost give the tour, but there's still stuff that I've missed from the other tours. And it's, man, if you guys make it to Pittsburgh for anything, it's a must. You don't even have to be a huge Clementi fan. It's just, if you're a baseball fan, it's a private museum. The owner of it was very tight with Vera Clementi, Roberta's wife. So there's quite a lot of personal information in there. The tour guides. This one was excellent in my opinion. The one I had the last time, wasn't thrilled with. Kind of gave some false information, but didn't want to call it on them. But I did call them out a little bit because I think Bob pointed this out last time. There is an amazing card collection there. If this isn't the number one set, it's got to be up there. I mean, he's got the 3D 68 test piece and a 9, 10s, 9s, and got every card but one. And I said to the guy, he's missing one. The guy said, no, he's not. And I pulled up the 68 Atlantic gas station oil one, and that's the only one not in there, but it's been a little picky because it's an amazing card collection. And I was hoping some guys this year, if you're driving up through Cleveland or going to Strongsville, I mean, Pittsburgh's just south of that. If you have a chance, it's worth it. It's $21. They put 21 people on the tour max. You all know why, but just a good time. And I didn't take any photos because I don't want really proof that I was hanging out with Scott. I figured you can mute this and maybe not know, but I did hang out with him for a little bit. So since it was kind of a good week, a happy week, I thought I'd pull some cards where players are smiling and look happy, and it was harder than I thought. Most of these pictures, they don't look very happy, but not a real card, but I wish it was. The 55 Bowman Clementi. So these guys are all going to have smiles, and it looked like they're having a good time. Willie Mays. Scott gave me this card, and actually not this one. He gave me a raw one. And I ended up buying this one because I thought the raw one he gave me was garbage. Not really. It was just cheaper to buy that one graded than getting the one Scott bought me graded. Lou Brock. Actually laughing. It's like, what's going on behind him? What's so funny? It's a, dirty joke. Who knows what it was? Of course, Ernie Banks is the one player you could almost get smiling in every photo. And even here in my 64 stand-ups, because they're all kind of, none of them are portraits. No one's smiling, except, of course, Ernie Banks. Bob Feller. Of course, Ted Williams was always grumpy. Barry Bonds was always grumpy, so I didn't find cards of them smiling. Great card of Yogi. There's a couple cards of Stan smiling, which that's not surprising. I'm sure you're all not surprised that I've got Stan and Roberto in here. Ralph Kiner. Hal Newhouser. And the last one, the Mickey Mantle. So as always, guys, I'm always just looking for creative ways to show different cards that y'all have seen before. But again, I've said this before, I'm kind of the king of saying that I love meeting YouTubers, and honestly believe that's why I got voted into the Hall of Fame, is because I have so many friends out there and active with them. And if you're in Pittsburgh like Eric did and gave me a quick buzz an hour later, unless I really got something going on, I'm going to try meeting you. Or Scott and I had this plan, but I've done a million things with that doofus. So and he called me doofus the other day, so it's even. So don't get mad at me. But as always, guys, thanks for watching my channel, and I'll talk to you soon.